Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, deaths of Lami couple under investigation. K9 Corps finds millions in drugs. And new family care leave abused.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
An elderly couple were found dead in their home in Nangumu Place in Lami this morning. The victims were found by their son inside their room lying motionless. Police have confirmed there were visible injuries on both victims, and early investigation indicates a case of an alleged murder-suicide. Meanwhile, a security officer says they were surprised to see police officers in the area when they woke up this morning because it's generally a quiet area. Isikeli Ratu, who has known the couple for over 13 years now, says he is still shocked.
I came here in the morning at 6 o'clock, at about 9, 10 o'clock like this. I saw the police truck came here, 1, 2, 3, something happened. So when I come out, I see the yellow ribbon at 11 o'clock. That both of them was dead.
Our reporter Pranita Prakash has been following the story and joins us live now. Pranita, what other information have you gathered on this case?
Thanks, Amrita. The investigation is still in its initial stage, and the police is also seeking technical advice from the Fiji military forces as they were called in to inspect a firearm found at the crime scene. Police say information gathered so far from the victim's family indicates a strong possibility of the case being classified as an alleged murder-suicide. Police say they will be able to reveal more details after a post-mortem examination is carried out. We spoke to the neighbors who are still in shock. A few of them said the neighborhood is normally a quiet place. Police managed to take out the body just before 5 p.m. today. A post-mortem is expected to be conducted soon to determine the cause of death. Amrita.
Thank you, Pranita, for that update. Over $17 million worth of illicit drugs has been seized by the Fiji Detector Dog Unit since 2016. This was revealed by Police Commissioner Brigadier General Sitiveni Giloho while opening the Pacific Detector Dog program in Nandi today. The police chief, while praising the dog unit, says it has had a major impact on the war against drugs. Details with Felipe Naikaso.
The Fiji Detector Dog Unit has been quick to make its presence known as the dogs have found millions in illegal drugs, undeclared currency and a case of firearms and ammunition over the past 3 years.
The recent high-profile case where Australian John Nicollet was found guilty of the illegal importation of illicit drugs and possession of arms and ammunition is a success story. The Fiji Detector Dog Unit had a major role in it.
The New Zealand police have also been at the forefront of assisting Fiji with the K9 units.
We've got 8 dog teams here, so we've got in Suva we have 2 police and 2 customs, and in Nandi we have 2 police and 2 customs. All those dogs have been supplied by New Zealand, and all those handlers are trained in New Zealand.
In 2017 and 2018, the unit also seized more than $320,000 in currency, with 1 case of firearms also recorded during this period.
Fiji have really taken off. They've done extremely well. I'm very proud of what they've achieved in the 2.5 years that they've been running the detector dogs.
The 3-day Nandi workshop will also allow these officers to network and deliberate on how to improve the work of their respective detector dog units. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Reports of abuse of family care leave in the public and private sectors have surfaced. Employment Minister Praveen Kumar says the ministry has witnessed employees of a company working in the same department planning their leave and taking it on the same day. Catherine Krishna reports.
The Employment Ministry says the abuse of this newly introduced leave is affecting the productivity.
Some people are ganging up to take leave at one point in time. So we are facing all these problems and we need to address this.
Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation Chief Executive Nesbitt Hazelman says in just 3 months, many employees have taken their family care leave entitlements.
Some organizations, staff have taken up to 90% of the provision. So we're only 3 months into the year, and we're seeing these sort of numbers coming through.
Hazelman says many Federation members say the regulations surrounding this leave entitlement are loose.
Although the intention was very good to allow people to look after their sick parents or children, the intention is great. But these sort of things, if they're not sort of managed properly or there's no regulations around it, will be opened up to abuse.
The Employers Federation says they're carrying out a survey of over 500 of their members. He says the survey by the Human Resources Department will shed light on how the leave is being used. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
Information sharing and collaboration with other countries in relation to national security can help prevent unexpected crises. Following the recent terror attack in New Zealand, the National Security and Defence Council Secretariat says it's ready to work with Asian countries to strengthen its surveillance. Kelly Vidala reports.
Fiji has established its own fusion cell within its National Integrated Communications Centre, but needs to work with other partners to strengthen the operational procedures.
What happened in New Zealand, nobody really knows what's going to happen. If that's happened in New Zealand, it can also happen in Fiji. We are sharing information with New Zealand, Australia, but we would like to go into the Asian countries also, and how we can share information that in our common interest.
Director General Timothy Natuva says 2 military officers will be visiting the Indonesian National Emergency Centre to start off such partnerships.
Yeah, we reckon that it's best that we learn from Indonesia for the 2 gentlemen to be going, and how we can set up our standard operation procedure.
Indonesian Ambassador to Fiji, RM Benjamin Scott Karnadi, welcomed this collaboration.
Under that Defence Cooperation Agreement, all the strategy in terms of traditional and non-traditional threats are, we are trying to address those.
The soldiers will depart tomorrow and will conduct a comparative study on the NICC, which is a crisis centre for emergency situation, including natural disasters. Kelly Badala, FBC News.
Around $2 million worth of rates arrears is owed to the Nassori Town Council. This is one of the findings of the Public Accounts Committee while scrutinizing the audited financial reports of the council. Ali Kimbia reports.
While discussing the financial status of the Nassori Town Council, the Public Accounts Committee has raised concerns over the huge amount in rate arrears.
That's a huge amount to this Caro, because as it is, it's overstating the capability of the financials, of the Nassori Town Council.
According to the council, the arrears include default payments. However, the committee says the council could be inflating its finances.
But that will be inclusive of rates plus the 11% interest. So I will advise him to give us a figure. It's around 2 million, around. Because now it's 2018 invoice, current plus the arrears.
And you know what the consequences of all those, there could be a liquidity problem in the town council.
The local government ministry has stated they are working with the council to find ways to ensure that arrears are paid.
So from beginning of this year, we have put up a cabinet paper from our ministry for the rate amnesty period. That is from February to August for this next 7 months. Focus only for residents' rate base.
Meanwhile, the PAC committee will be visiting every municipality around the country to scrutinize the audited financial records. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Still to come, Minister says framework need for climate change refugees. And prosecution warned to file information in pastor's rape case.
Nambula FM, nambandua ya nasere.
Hoya uvasit sai sai lambasa, ya ndo talita ina warong nambula FM nambandua ya nasere.
Gua do tumeli aku na tau no hinga toka, talita kina na warong nambula FM nambandua ya nasere.
Wana tuma nambula FM nambandua ya nasere nawaluan.
Na vengo fane na tau no singa toka, kito ndo talita kana nambula FM nambandua ya nasere.
Bula FM number 2.
Millions of people in the Pacific are affected by climate change, and many of them have to migrate to other countries to survive. However, there is no proper legal framework for them when finding refuge in other Pacific Island countries. Rachel Nath with the details.
The minister responsible for climate change says there is an urgent need to start developing proper rules and processes to deal with climate refugees.
Whether the countries which may play host to the refugee, do their local laws actually adhere, or can they cater for people who come as climate change refugees?
The minister adds while Fiji and some other Pacific Island countries are dealing with those internally displaced, issues of this magnitude cannot be ignored.
What happens to the status of, for example, citizenship of people who actually leave a country that no longer is in existence for all intents and purposes because there's no land above water? What happens to, for example, the broader issues that we've talked about, the territorial rights of this country? There's a number of fundamental issues that need to be looked at.
To Walk the Talk, a project aimed at addressing these issues was launched in Suva today.
Adopt this integrated approach to support the Pacific, to support Fiji. So that's why this project is a joint project implemented by 4 UN agencies.
The project is designed for Fiji, Vanuatu, Tuvalu, Kiribati and the Republic of the Marshall Islands. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
The Suva High Court today warned a state lawyer he had a final 21 days to file information in relation to the case of 2 senior church executives charged with rape, or he will dismiss all the files. The state informed the court they have filed their disclosures, however requested for more time to file information. 46-year-old pastor Waisaka Tulavu and 50-year-old senior church pastor Sakiusa Nakutoro allegedly raped 3 church members aged 22, 29 and 32 in Nasinu last year. Tulavu is charged with 4 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault, while Nakutoro is charged with 1 count of rape. The matter has been adjourned to April 29th for plea. Health Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wangainabete has challenged researchers attending the National Consultation on Governance for the National Human Research Ethics in Fiji to come up with a new system for human research ethics review. Dr. Wangainabete says the new system should be adaptable, efficient, effective and robust enough to protect Fijians from any harmful research. He says it's only proper that all research involving human beings should be reviewed by an independent research ethics committee to ensure appropriate ethical standards are being upheld.
The intention of the review by the Review Ethics Committee is to ensure that the ethical principles and practice put forward in the guidelines are compiled within the proposed research.
Turning overseas, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is working to clarify the scope of the Royal Commission of Inquiry into the Christchurch terror attack. The bodies of some of those killed in the Christchurch terrorist attack have started arriving in some of their home countries. And it comes as New Zealand's Accident Compensation Corporation confirms they are paying entitlements such as funeral grants to the families of all 50 victims and survivors. Coming up in sports later with Jamie, Webb Ellis Cup welcomed in Hollywood. But first, Rachel is here with business.
Thanks, Amrita. Good evening, and coming up after the break. Slight decrease in visitor arrivals for February. And in growing Fiji, new seawall for Lamini village in Taveuni. Stay with us.
Vala, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Koroko, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Leading business tonight, a slight decrease was recorded in visitor arrivals last month when compared to the same period a year ago. Over 48,700 visitors came to our shores in February. Decreased arrival figures were recorded from Australia, China, Europe and the USA, whereas increases were recorded from Japan, Pacific Islands, New Zealand, Asia, South Korea, the UK and Canada. Visitors arriving for holiday purposes accounted for around 70% of the total. A majority of the visitors were in the age range of 25 to 64, which covers the vast majority of the working population. And Sinifa joins us now with the latest from the money world.
The US dollar rebounded modestly against the Japanese yen this morning as Treasury yields pulled back from 15-month lows. The decline of US equities has also slowed, showing the market's economic prospects remain reasonably good, with the US Federal Reserve preparing to take a more dovish approach. Meanwhile, British lawmakers will vote on a range of Brexit options tomorrow, giving Parliament a chance to indicate whether it can agree on a deal with closer ties to the European Union. Closer to home, the Australian dollar was on bids around the intraday high versus the US dollar earlier this morning. Both recovered as upbeat comments from the Reserve Bank of Australia coincided with overall market risk sentiment after the positive Brexit news. However, a better than forecast New Zealand trade balance and soft figures from the weekly Australian Consumer Survey later dragged the quote down. That's all from HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Thanks, Anifa. On to the exchange rates as it was set this morning. The Fiji dollar has picked up as we approach midweek, gaining against the Chinese yuan, the US greenback, the kina, the euro and the Japanese yen, but slipping slightly against our major trading partners, Australia and New Zealand. Prices were rising on the commodities market. Crude oil prices went back on the rise at over $59 per barrel. Gold was up at $1,321 per ounce, and silver rose to $15.54 per ounce. And in Going Fiji tonight, the effects of coastal erosion on Lamini village in Taveuni will soon be mitigated following the commissioning of a $1.08 million seawall on the coastal line. Waterways Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says the project undertaken aims to address the associated impacts on coastal erosion. The ministry, through its contractors, will construct a 315-meter-long seawall in front of the existing seawall, which was built in 1995. The project will include drainage systems, a boat landing area, culvert crossing and footpath.
Our coastline is too important to the nation and lifestyles of Fijians, as we cannot leave it to erode and invade our homes and our livelihoods and our sense of security. The rising sea level and the threat that it is making to our communities along the coastline, we just cannot continue to see that these communities are vulnerable and helpless.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for tonight. Jamie is next with sports.
Thanks and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Nosoko and South to join Mata for Edinburgh next season, and Cronulla Sharks eager to bring NRL matches to Fiji or Tonga. There's more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Scotland's Pro 14 rugby club Edinburgh has signed Fiji Airways Sevens captain Kalione Nasoko and former Fiji Sevens winger Ronnie Sau, who is currently based in France. Nasoko and Sau are two of four new signings for the club and will join on 2-year contracts starting next season. 14 athletes are vying for places in the Fiji team that will compete in the 2019 IWF Junior Weightlifting Championships, which will be held in Suva from June 1st to the 8th. The team is composed of athletes from all over Fiji who have been selected for the preliminary entry after 4 monthly trials from last December until this month. Of the 14 athletes, Timothy Vakuruivalu, the son of former lifter Della Shaw, is the only athlete who has competed internationally. The competition team will be named after the final trials on April 20th.
Every time I go out into competitions, I try and do my best to try and keep the standard up there. And also try to make a name for myself so that when my family has weightlifting, they also know that I also did well.
The Webb Ellis Cup received a star-studded welcome to Hollywood as it embarked on the 15th leg of the Rugby World Cup 2019 Trophy Tour in Los Angeles. It looks like All Blacks captain Kieran Reid will make his long-awaited comeback to rugby this Friday night. Reid is set to be named in the Crusaders lineup for this weekend's showdown against the Hurricanes, this after a 4-month break away from rugby. The Cronulla Sharks could be willing to bring their home NRL clashes to the Pacific Islands, most likely Tonga and Fiji. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later with weather and in new media. Apple unveils a TV streaming platform. Find out more after the break.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबोलुम्बुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
In new media, Apple has unveiled its new TV streaming platform, Apple TV Plus, at a star-studded event in California. Apple TV Plus will be launched in over 100 countries soon, but there was no mention of pricing during the announcement. And we now join Angie with weather.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. How are you on this great Tuesday? It was a cool day throughout the country with a few shower spells upon us. There's currently a heavy rain warning for the Lau group. Now taking a look in the west, light drizzles were active with more expected later on tonight. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, daylight hours had light showers. The evening will see heavier rain. And up north, more of the same rainy conditions. At sea, southeast winds at 25 knots, very rough seas. For the tides, high tide at 11:21 p.m. with low tide at 5:20 a.m. Sunrise at 6:11. For tomorrow, rain will taper off for the day bit. However, it will return by afternoon or evening. Tomorrow's temps, all centers will be at low 30 degrees. And looking further on to Thursday, it looks like we might have some drier conditions returning. Finally, some drying hope for your laundry that's been on the line since the weekend. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. I'm Rita.
Thank you, Angie. And in Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, do you think we should invest more in livestock farming?
Yes, we can use all the land for cattle farming.
Yes, so we don't buy meat from overseas.
Yes, we need to, because we need to create jobs for our local farmers and decrease our importing and keep the money within Fiji.
Yes, we should, because it will benefit all the farmers.
Recapping the main stories, deaths of Lami couple under investigation. K9 Corps finds millions in drugs and new family care leave abused. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM, to our poll question segment. This week, we're asking, should motorists who continue to break road rules have their license suspended? Visit our FBC website to answer. Our shot of the day today, sent in by Alevio Ngerengere Tambua. The moment was captured in South Tambu, Nangalimare Nanronga. Well, you can send us news with the pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe and good night.
Bula, nevango malakai leloma, ngongai nakas on rong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Lambasa, ya on talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Guya do Timeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere. Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere nawaluan.
Nevango fane na tao no singa toka, kita on talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.